Going to be Swift on the defensive side, Mojo, and Rage.Quit on the attack. What do you think they're going to do with those lineup?
As I said already, it's more about what will Rage.Quit do than Swift. Rage.Quit with this can, in my eyes, do two things. They can either just push for middle, hope for the brawl, and just try to dominate, or they can go through the village and through the middle. Now there is like third alternative, put TVPs, shoot if someone is climbing, and everyone else goes to use the boost. That is right there. So you win the hill that way, but that's just a variation, and Swift doesn't I think Swift doesn't care about that. They'll just go for more passive defense.
Looks like Swift, they might be going for that 1-2-9 control again we've seen before now. A lot of tanks here, starting to take that hill, and Urwe's already in that TVP! Goes down to 52 HP.
I think T49 found his target, and TVP is always a good
I think
target.
everybody found the target onto Urwe's. That TVP now. Rip. It's the only thing you can say to that.
Yeah, I kind of do fail to understand why would you even push with TVPs up there. They're support force, so if you want to do something with them, you just keep them a little behind. Well, now we have more or less one tank less. He's on 50 HP. Whoever sees him first dips, he's dead. And it gives a lot of playground to Swift at the moment because they are all on a hill. They have virtually no control of rotations whatsoever.
Again, Swift comes with that 1-2-line control here. Mursky will go to C4. He's covered very well, and they play from there on. We saw this last time as well. Now, what is the way for Rage.Quit to break this?
This is identical play we have seen last time. Honestly, they should a bit press on the T49 and start the one cap with one guy. That's the only way I can see they can deal with this. Also, they have no one boosted anywhere, and the 9-0 line boost is wide open for use. So they should just get a guy up there, chase away Mikhailov, and start the cap and pressure Swift into rotations. Because while Swift is rotating, you can shoot them then.
Seems like Haru is going to be the one that wants to make the boost here. Angle is good. And there he goes. He made it. So now at least they have some control.
Outside of that Urvis thingy, so far so good.
They really could do... I mean, I fully agree with you. They should just easily push one guy, underkill Mikhailov, start cap, force Swift to make rotations.
Well, let's see. Number one skills is also covering their back, so they're pretty much watching for any kind of rotation out of Swift. It's just the question of Mikhailov. Should they deal with him? How will they deal with him? But the easiest way is just to rush with one butshot and kill him. Right there and then. He has nowhere to run.
You have to now batshots to use that for. Halu, he could go wherever he wants to. He can even go to the forward position into J0 and easily kill Mikhailov. There's nobody really there blocking him at all from doing that.
You know what's interesting? Halu managed to climb from the first.
I didn't want to say it.
It's
I was thinking about it.
That's a new one.
Oh, I was thinking about it as well.
People learn. People learn on mistakes and they get better. That's good.
And they really need to dig out Mikhailov here. T49. Slow stuff here from both teams so far. Still, no, Rage.Quit really just kill Mikhailov, start the cap. That's their option right now. It's fairly simple, fairly straightforward, and it looks like it will be their plan. Pure skill, Seba. Seem like they want to drop off.
So far, they're kind of waiting for Swift to do something, and I really don't know why then they just don't move around as we stated. It's so logical that they should have done it 2 minutes ago. Halu is sitting there waiting for counterattack from Swift that never has to come because Swift has no reason to move.
He's trying to land the shot onto Mursky. You can hit that, but it's such a tight shot. I don't think
it's a waste of time, waste of thinking, waste of whatever you want. Time is ticking away. You're attacking, guys. Do something. Except that.
Takes one here. Mikhailov, finally, Halu exposed this position. Manages to land one onto that T49. Now, what is the move here? Because they need to make a move.
Send one guy to their base. deal with him completely, make road being a problem, because the guys supporting from K4 cannot really deal with that in any way.
There we go now, Seba. Pushing forwards. I don't like Halu shooting on Mirsky. He's not going
I
to
don't like
claim
Halu big on reload now when Sepa is going there. Sepa will just trigger the cap, I guess. And there we go, 5 minutes after.
I really don't understand why Seba decides to trigger the cap here instead of just somebody going to kill Mikhailov. Very weird stuff.
Skylex in TVP, he cannot really do anything about it.
He can't cross because he will die for that.
There is no real spot coming in from Rage.Quit now because of Mikhailov, because he's still alive.
Mirsky getting hammered to from the side, and #1 skill in that TVP. Mirsky now damaged driver, damaged Amorak. That is the advantage Rage.Quit was looking for. And look at that, it looked like a counter push here coming out from Swift. They want to take that hill, but there's so many tanks there waiting.
Halu should be already done with reload in a couple of seconds, so he will be in perfect position to help out his team. If they make a good crossfire, Swift will be annihilated here.
The crossfire should be good. Here comes the push from Swift. Atmospheric, Manak's already taken some. Mikhailov goes down. Gremik in return also taking a lot. So far, so good for Swift, you would say. Mandax, though, goes down to Urvis in that TVP. Very crucial. Atmospheric now. There's a lot of kills he can do. Grespix picks up Seba in the same time. Halu needs to be important in this one. So far, Swift still with the HP lead.
Halu is already in reload. Cactus fired his last shell, and Atmospheric has one more. I think he will finish up Urvis finally.
He does finish up Urvis here, and Gremik goes down in return as well, so the counter push actually working out.
Unreal. With all that HP advantage, they are still alive. 5 of them is still alive. Even Atmospheric is alive on 20 HP.
Now Rhodes will just push #1 skills. He's more than a 4-shot for him. #1 skills lands the first, lands the second, lands the third. He will be going down in return here. So yes, a lot of one-shots for Rage.Quit. I mean, a lot of one-shots for Swift, but Rage.Quit, very little tanks.
Honestly, Halu would have to play a game of his life now to win this. He can more or less one-shoot 2 guys, and with the ultra helpful alpha, 2 more. But
doesn't realize it, but if he boosts here from the south, oh no, Atmospheric's already watching that. What is the option here for Halu? Because he has to make the plays.
By looking at the mini-map, which we can see he cannot just go up the hill, I guess.
Road is watching this though. Road will be able to land the first, as he does. Mirsky from the side, maybe the second. There comes the spell from Skylex, the second from Skylex. TVP and Atmospheric is still waiting there. Atmospheric's the one to pick it up. And it does look like Swift will be picking up that first round here. Cactus got Mirsky. Doesn't manage to pick him up yet. As he does now though, but still. Needs 1, 3, 4.
I don't think he should have even placed the reload now, because he put himself wide open for attack.
The track there, Shell, and it's going to be Crespix, I guess. It is going to be Crespix to close it out, now making it 1-0 in favor of Swift.
It's really unreal how they chose that lineup of tanks. I don't like so many TVPs, and even if they took them, why did they sacrifice them for a push uphill? Like they're a viable counter-rotation force, health needed later.
I don't even know how they lost the hill fight.
And I don't know. And why they didn't kill Mikhailov. That's the biggest for me. Like that T-49, that needed to be dealt with before anything. They could have had so much control. They
could have spotted that entire counter push before it even happened and got so many shells. One guy into the base, he spots all of it.
Yes. And when that T-49 would be dead, they would be able to see any kind of rotation, shoot the people while they're advancing, leave the hill with those tanks that are on reload, other guys that are shooting, they can just cluster up somewhere where Halu can do easy shots and do maximum amount of damage. Like this, they were kind of separated and they just took too many shells for nothing. I didn't like this.
Let's take a look at the stats from that last round, as it doesn't get Mojo's seal of approval. #1 skills did a lot in that one, but then Skylex as well in that TVP. Both very crucial plays.
I would say in this kind of case, I didn't like any, honestly, plays of either of teams. They showed too many weaknesses and hesitation, and there was a huge gap of time that nothing was going on, giving other team opportunity to do whatever they want. But Swift much better in that counter push, and that broke the game for them. Although they were pretty much down on HP, with that 113 being wrecked and on one shot, and that T49 also being on one shot, it was Even like that, it was enough. Pretty unusual.
In the usual round four. I mean, very strange stuff there. Not from Swift, we've seen it before, but from Rage.Quit, could have been better. Could have been better executed.
Much better. A lot of hesitation here. Although they had all the cards in their game, they had all the jokers, every position needed, everything they needed to finish up the game correctly.
They had the perfect position almost to deal with it.
They just let everything go. For no reason. Halu, if he continued, like we've seen in a previous match on Mines, how Gohar dealt with it. If he continued a bit more to get better angles, what was the problem there? What was the problem to send one guy in their base and just to deal with that 49?
Sure, they had tier 9 bad shots to send into the base.
And even if someone tried to counter push, you can snipe them from the hill endlessly.
He will get 6 shells on them pushing up to the hill.
Yes, so pretty, I don't know. Must be better than that, guys. I mean, they're up on 8 points, but you still need 4 to be safe.
They could have very easily picked up the first round here.
Swift is not an easy target. But they're also showing some weaknesses because they're trying to play. Yeah, they're playing too standard.
It was completely their standard tactic. They push Mirsky to the other side, Mikhailov under the hill. It's exactly the same thing they played before.
They just have much better focus fire in that attack than Rage.Quit showed us now. But we're going to see them on the other side now.
We'll have to see how it works out on the other side for them now. I don't think Rage.Quit is the team to go camp, so I'm expecting a middle fight again.
Yeah, I'm really wondering how they plan to defend on the mines. Honestly, Swift has much better track record on defense, 100%, and they managed to do it again. But Rage.Quit, not so much.
See what we got for our tanks moving into the next round, though. And as we said, I don't think Rage.Quit is going to be camping a lot with this lineup.
At least they don't have Arti. They are using the 49, much better, in my opinion, for them. So rather offensive lineup, just again 2 TVPs. Why they like those TVPs so much? I mean, when you have one that plays well, he always does the damage. But when you have so many of them, it's kind of a problem.
It is a problem, those TVPs. If they do decide to go for the hill, how are they going to use those TVPs? Because it's very hard from the defensive side to utilize them really well.
And from the Swiss side, they actually have a Ru on attack. It smells like maybe they will go for the water side with that, because Ru is usually used to spot that.
Yeah, Ru is used to spot that K-line crossing, TVPs to shoot it. To see how that one works out. I don't expect Rage.Quit to just sit there. It's not their style. But it does seem like our game is ready, so let's get into it. The second round between these two. Now Swift currently 1-0 up. As we said, they're on the offensive here. Rage.Quit will be on the defensive side. And Mojo, it seems like you were correct.
Yeah, they're all going for the water here. So the Road will do really offensive spot from the bush right above the 2 cap. And if someone goes down, those TVPs will give them a warm welcome from the water. But none of the Swift guys are doing that. It looks like they kind of guessed it already. And they will take control of the middle.
Nice triple boost here coming out, but at
Cactus Gremek Halu.
At this point it's all nice play, but not really useful. Swift got 3 bad shots through the 1-2 line, completely undamaged. And Urvis and #1 skills are taking a hell of a lot of damage in their TVPs as #1 skills actually gets picked up by the bad shots from the south. What a freebie for Swift.
Unreal. I mean, really unreal. How they throw those tanks around, and Swift is making a really good crossfires here. And the worst part is they are doing it completely unchallenged from all sides. Look at even the road is in a hold down covering Skylex. Skylex is covered by Mirsky. Atmospheric is covered by all those 3 guys down. So whoever peeks from the Rage.Quit from any side, he will get shot upon. Atmospheric is pretty safe so far. The only guy who can really decap him is T49 Pure Skill. He will need a proxy, so Atmospheric is spotted, and it's only the matter, will Pure Skill actually be positioned well enough to do it? He needs to be close to the red line, and I'm really hoping to see him.
He does manage to hit Atmospheric, so taking that capture circle back down. Now some shells coming back towards Swift here. I don't think Atmospheric is going to have a medkit, so he's going to have a dead loader for the rest of the game, pretty much.
Better loader than Commander, I would say, in this case. But he is being proxied again. I think he will be an easy target for Pure Skill if Pure Skill knows how to position. But it looks to me like he's hugging the bush too much and not enough the red line.
Very crucial thing for Pure Skill is to wait long enough to reset. To wait long enough to reset. It's going to be important that a T49 does not shoot too early, because there's always the chance he gets blind shot.
Well, the cap is closing to the half. I don't think anyone else will boost him. There is no need, but Pure Skill is the guy who needs to decap that. This is the problem with his play, honestly. He's doing it like, okay, he's connecting, but he's getting punished because of this. If he actually did this from the red line, guys, he would not get spotted while shooting, and they would not blind shoot him. We've seen better teams utilize 49s like that. You're just putting way, way back. He's like hugging the other map almost, and he just shoots on that 1-1-3, and he's not spotted. And even when someone blind shoots the bushes to try to dig him out, they just miss. But he's doing it like people shoot from randoms, like he's sitting in a bush instead of behind.
HP has evened out here, just a little bit. Still 1,000 difference between the two.
It's still a huge advantage for Swift. They have everyone in a game, and Rage.Quit again has one guy less. Plus, Urvis is on low HP again.
Now with 66 seconds left on the clock, it's all on the Pure Skill pretty much. It's their trump card. It's the one they need to reset. He needs to find the angle.
But seriously, man, go to the red line already. Like, why is he doing it like this?
Hey, he's trying to line up a shot like this. He should be able to get it, though. There's a small angle. It doesn't seem like it, so...
There is a whole lot of shooting, blind shooting by Swift on those positions, and I think Pure Skill will go to decap again. Let's see.
I think he's driving into the bush again.
There are no blind shooting coming out. 25 seconds. Swift knows he will go now. They should start shelling that like right away from that island.
Now I think Pure Skill will go down for this one. Mirsky already comes with the blind shots. They're all too deep, but there's an actual blind shot again.
And they'll have to sacrifice someone now to decap. 9 seconds.
Miss. 8 seconds. 7 seconds. Seba is going to have to be the one to commit for this one. The 1-1-3 on the side. He's already getting shelled, taking even more. Gets tracked, gets held. 0 seconds left on the clock. It doesn't seem like the reset comes out, and it is going to be Swift picking up their second round here with base capture.
Even easy game and really bad misplay by Pure Skill here. Honestly, this is the most stupid thing you can do. Don't sit in a bush while you're shooting. Go behind. They cannot see you. You are a light tank. A light tank by definition. They cannot see you.
That's the second round there for Swift. As soon as Pure Skill went down, well, it's pretty much over in that one. Losing a TVP very early as well. #1 skills. Not sure.
Even if he was alive, it would be the same here. They were completely relying only on him. Plan B was too far away, that 1-1-3. He could not really peek before that. He was just a proxy
There's
tool.
3 bad shots there waiting for him to peek.
Yeah. Even if he managed to rest it now, still the game would be over.
Let's take a look at stats, or a lack of it for some people. And Mirsky there, the first one on this team with 1.8k damage.
He was sitting in the middle and he was blind shooting the T49, and he probably connected someone on Urvis or whoever was also driving. So most of the damage done by him. Almost everyone doing the damage on this first page is from the Swift. Of that little damage done in this game. I don't know. I really am disappointed at the moment how Rage.Quit is playing the mines. It's not really the best.
Not the best start so far here for Rage.Quit. That is the mines. Done and dusted. Now, the second map doesn't look much better for them. If we talk about it realistically here, it's going to be Himmelsdorf.
We've seen a really dominant performance by Swift in the last match on Himmelsdorf. I was actually really impressed how they moved, and all the reads on the map, rotations, crossfire especially, that was really well. It was really well done. On the other hand, Rage.Quit, when they play such maps, they play much more chaotic, and they really resound around that huge pushes, counter pushes, catching people off guard, but it doesn't look like Swift will allow them to do that. So far,
every round, Swift has taken a massive lead. pretty much one tank.
And then they would just slow the game down and work them out, slowly but surely. Like even when Swift won that first game, after that initial salvo, gave them entire map away. Rage.Quit didn't know what to do with it.
No, the only solution they had was pure skill. That's it.
Yeah, honestly, even now in the second game, yeah, again they didn't know what to do because pure skill was misplaying here.
Not the Rage.Quit we want to see. Let's take a look at the lineups here moving into Himmelsdorf, as we said. And 350Bs and a Gorilla. 2 113s. Fairly balanced lineup there in Swift. With the Gorilla, no surprise. Crespic's probably going to be playing that one.
I just noticed Rage.Quit is attacking on every map first. So we don't have to bother with watching the side.
That's a strategy, you know?
Yeah. So there we go. Rage.Quit playing with the Gorilla. That's all around balanced lately. They don't have a single botchat, so that's a bit more beef there. Swift, kind of standard lineup there. E5, so he can take care of the top cap. 1-1-3 for rotation together with botchat and 50Bs. So this should not fall to any gimmick, honestly. They can defend themselves against any kind of fast push.
I mean, if Crespix is going to be playing like the last few times, it's going to be pretty bad for Rage.Quit. It does seem like our game is ready, so let's get into it. Can Swift extend their lead? Is Rage.Quit going to come back? Let's find out as we move into Himmelsdorf here. There we have it now. Swift on the defensive side, Rage.Quit on the offense. It's going to be #1 skills and Crespix playing those TDs.
Well, Rage.Quit doing a full 8-line commitment as it seems. It doesn't look like they will stop that much. While Swift is maybe expecting them on a rail, obviously. And
look at this
making
position
crossfire
from
there.
Road. I think this spots both angles, both K and 8, and he gets a lot of information there.
Yeah, this is a position that spots an 8-line. Also, he has a chance to spot heavy tanks crossing on K4, but not all. As I said already, that position is really relying on a server tick, so one heavy can even pass unspotted or two.
Road, though, taking one there from the Gorilla. Was it the Gorilla? I think it was.
He took a really big punch and there was practically no one else to shoot him
from
that angle. So I presume we'll see later, but I think #1 skills made a connection.
So already dropping Road a little bit low in that 1390. I guess it must have been.
Mersky and Mandrax already rotating through the city, clearing it out street by street.
There's a trap, though. There is a big trap.
And there is a big trap, but Mandrax is really careful. Look, he's just on that rubble in a city, and Mersky is far away just watching the angle, so no one chases him around. Unlike Vilkund last time we watched.
Now it's going to be the question if this trap is going to be read out. Now we've seen it before. If somebody crosses through the K line, that is bye-bye trap. So Road could ruin it. Could also work. We've seen it before. Kazna. Their timing, that was a little bit further up, but their timing worked out. Like if now, Halu is spotting the K line as well, though. So they're covering both bases.
We already seen this played.
But Mandax, he seems to be falling for it. The timing is going to be very crucial here. Road, look at Road, he will spot them, but Mandax is also getting close. I don't think the timing will work out for them.
Mandax, if he spots them even...
Oh, he got spotted. He got spotted. He needs to run. They need to push forward now. Here comes the 50Bs. Mandax already taking one, taking two. I don't think he's going to be able to get out of this one, as he actually does. So he survives, but Road is now one shot as well. Mandax is one shot, and Mersky and Mandax are going to be running for their life.
Swift is doing now desperate pressure, trying to catch up some of the HP they lost from the north, but the Rage.Quit with their fluffy playstyle is running away by far as we speak, and there is nothing except dust on the streets left behind them. No one to shoot there.
Everybody from Rage.Quit getting the hell out of there. Kind of a mistake that Mandax survived that one. We must say they didn't penetrate one of the shells, didn't go through, and it costed them a lot here. But Mersky, that 50B, I don't think he's going to be able to run very far.
I don't think Mandrax will run also. Oh, they didn't connect on him now.
Didn't connect. Mandax is still alive. That bad shot.
Still alive!
He's still alive. He's still kicking. Mirsky is now on reload, and I don't think these boys from Rage.Quit... Okay, they are stopping. And look where Road is.
Oh, Menjax will break a new record in speeding here.
Ooh, nice shot there from Mikhailov on the move. Now that rails will be very, very hard to deal with.
It's gonna be a really big test now for Swift because, okay, they fell for the cheese, but still, all 7 are alive. And look at the quick rotation they did, but it looks like Road will run in straight into them.
Road, can he get over? Where is he gonna go? Road, where are you gonna go? There's nowhere to run for Road.
Not enough
goes
streets.
Down.
Not enough streets.
So there's some advantage here, but Seba, I mean, he's in trouble. Seba is in trouble in that 50B. Mikhailov now pushing up.
Why is he still there?
I don't know, but
Hello, bro.
he's in
the
trouble.
rest of your team already left a while ago.
Okay, now he's running away. If he does,
Mikhailov is expecting the counterattack from his team, which is not coming on his surprise, and that's why he didn't connect the second shot.
Look at the HP though. They've managed, Swift has managed to even it out pretty much by dropping Yugi and Seba very low.
Yeah, but still, Menjax is on one shot.
From A5, so pure.
Oh, Atmospheric is really running back, but he's even spotted, and they still do not know that rotation from Rage.Quit is coming. So Rage.Quit is applying another trap pressure.
They're making another trap, by the way. Look at it.
Oh my god, never give up.
Never give up on the trap.
At least they have a lot of fun. On TeamSpeak, I guess. I think like Swift should actually gather up and go together now. If
Mandax falls for it again, I mean, it's going to be...
I don't think he should even peek there. He's on too low HP.
I feel like they don't expect it to happen again, and that's going to cost them.
So Mirsky and Skylex are gathering up.
Ooh, that Gorilla bouncing on Gramek. They were doing a nice shell in return. Press Peaks has to be careful in that grill.
He just put a reload by accident?
Reloading heat. Because he was shooting AP before. But now Mandax. Oh, poor Mandax. He's going to be not very happy with them, but I think Swift will take the counter push as soon as they realize Mandax is going down here. He's like, I didn't expect the trap again, but there comes the push. Cactus is going to be the first one. Skylex with that 50B already pushing forward. 3 tanks not in the fight so far for Rage.Quit, but Skylex doesn't penetrate all his shells so far. Pure skill also trying to do what he can in that 1390, but here comes the 50Bs. It's going to be Mirsky that gets surrounded. He's on reload as well. He gets blown up. Mikhailov and Atmospheric here trying to do what they can against Cactus. But have to be careful. There come the 50Bs. Halu's the first one around the corner here. Seba has 1 shell as well. Don't think this is good for Atmospheric. Even Pure skill from behind. Coming in at 1390, doing a lot there actually. And it does look like Rage.Quit as Pure skill picks up Atmospheric. He goes finally down. But Mikhailov has to pay for his sins as he drops down to 68 HP. And it looks like Rage.Quit looking good in this one.
Cactus survived for eternity and then some more on that street alone against 3 or 4 guys. Bought all the time for his trapping 50Bs to come around and help him out. And this is a mop-up operation now, not much left here to do for Swift. Once they fell for that trap,
Again,
it didn't work out anymore.
Ooh, nice shot there, Mikhailov.
Yeah, it was really nice.
But there comes Halu, and he won't be able to do anything against that one as Halu picks him up. Skylex now, the last one standing. And there's a little bit too many tanks here for Rage.Quit. Nice shot from #1 skills. He probably go down here for that as Skylex is not going to miss this one. Picks him up, making it a bit closer here, but with Halu being that HP, there's no real chance for him. I mean, his juking is on point.
Yeah, he actually made a good call where to go, but still, they will come around the corner now, and that will hurt quite a lot.
That is 2, and it's going to be Halu closing out the round now, bringing it back to 2-1, and the fact that trap worked twice.
Unreal commitment, and unreal probably amount of happiness on their teams when he came. Oh, another one came!
Although Mandax should have been dead the first time,
yeah,
but the second time he was pretty dead.
He kind of juked the first one for hair. For hairline, but
the
second one he had no chance, no way. But still, Swift kind of regained the HP, but I don't understand why they didn't just muster up the forces and push together in the last one. That would be far superior than any kind of splitting anymore. They already lost all kind of splitting force.
Let's take a look at the stats from that last round. We can see that it is going to be Skylax there. No real surprise, but Mikhailov as well. But then look at it. Number 1 skills. Halu, Seba, Yugi Hombre. This 50B is doing a lot here for Rage.Quit.
It's pretty unreal that so many top dealers, although they lost the game, come straight from the Swift side. But overall, oh, poor Road, he did nothing.
Oh, he was sacrificed.
But overall, just a much better reading of the map of the Rage.Quit, and Swift just
finally
ran
good
into
rotations from Rage.Quit.
Yes, Swift just fell. Honestly, this match so far could have went both ways.
Yeah,
this could have been easy also 3-0 for Rage.Quit.
Yeah.
If they just played better what they had.
It could have even been 2-1, anything in favor of Rage.Quit if they won that first Mines round, which they should.
They had already. Also, that defense. They had everything they needed. It's just the play of one guy that
No, I didn't
messed
expect
it
them. It was going to be Himmelsdorf where they pick up that first round.
Yeah, I was expecting Swift here to dominate by far.
Yeah, me too.
Especially in defense. But we will see now. Swift is actually quite good in offense too. See here. So we will see how they stand.
Probably Crespic's going to be back on that Gorilla.
He's doing good on that. And they've
I like how he plays it.
I like how the kind of cross lines they're making when they're covering each other. So they're always thinking of all the angles. And for Rage.Quit, it's going to be much harder now to trap them as defenders.
Their offense against KB was really good. Like that.
Yes,
that
was brilliant.
brilliant.
It was a match
they
to
covered
watch.
everything.
It was a match to watch for and something you can even review later if you have time. But I'm hoping I'm going to see those lineups soon, because I'm really anxious to see what are those guys bringing in and what kind of play they will perform.
You never know what Rage.Quit is going to bring. They could bring
7 batches on
They could bring 5 E3s and 2095s and they'd still manage to make it work.
So you're totally calling dibs on 95 of them.
Huh?
You're calling dibs on 95 in future for Rage.Quit in any match. This is too slow. That's too slow for them.
Yeah,
no way. No way.
Let's take a look at the lineups for our next round here. Don't think we're going to be seeing a T95 quite yet, Mojo.
Well,
actually, that's a very slow lineup for Rage.Quit.
Wow, that's a very heavy setup. It's a really heavy setup. I guess they're anticipating Swift does not like to change their habits much, and they're not. Swift is more or less playing with a setup similar to this all the time. But even 157, Ice 4, this is ultra heavy.
It's not something familiar for them. And last time they tried something unfamiliar, remember what happened? It was against Ding. Cliff.
The problem with this is rail control is completely for Swift now. Now they can send a 1390, 50B and Batchat to try to deal with it, because all the other guys will be far behind. But that should actually not be enough. I'm not sure is it enough to stop this.
It's really only 50B and Batchat on the rails, and everything else. I'm wondering how they're going to approach this one, but it does seem like our game is ready, so let's get into it. The 4th round between these two. Swift currently up 2-1 here, and they are going to be on the offensive side. Well, Rage.Quit on the defensive side, but a lineup a lot slower than we're used from them.
It's quite unusual, and it's again some kind of mind play, so they're not going to... Well, they're not going to play all the time the same, I guess. They must change something from time to time. I really like their rotation style, the fast games, but from time to time they're going to have to surprise an enemy, and we will see will this be a positive surprise or not.
They're sending all 7 towards the eastern side. All 7.
Oh, snap. This is kind of a strange play, so we're speechless. Will Manjax manage to even spot anyone?
He didn't.
He didn't?
Now this could be, this could be cheeky. Really cheeky here. Oh no.
Manjax should pick out a spot now any second.
He's not so far.
He's not even bothering with that. And Crespix, he's just driving there.
Now the thing, what they'll have is that pure skill will get spotted here. So they kind of know the jig is up. I mean...
No. He's like faking.
Baiting, yeah, sure. But Mandax will now spot the 50B. He does. Sees both of them that batch out as well. So now the jig is up.
Okay, let's see. Road should do rotation on the rail immediately and start spotting. Look at Mirsky, already crossing the field so he can cut him off. Atmospheric,
Brave.
shifting immediately.
Now, how are they going to deal with the cap, though? I mean, the C3 window is completely open for Swift. We've seen if you put a tank in there. Halo's just destroying some walls there. But Road, he has a free cap.
He's just destroying the walls.
3 guys on the cap, and I think Rage could lose.
I think they should just put Mirsky on C3 window to block it off. And 1 guy should support him from like E3. And then when you put enough people on the cap, and you need like at least 1 watching the 8 line, you should be okay.
Now, Rage.Quit showed their initial hand. They're giving a lot of time here to Swift to rotate. Swift is not letting that time go by unused. You can already see all these tanks onto the rails. And the longer Rage.Quit wait, the harder it will be for them.
It would be good if Mandrex actually manages to get to that A1, A2 position. And if they put a guy on C3, they can relatively safe pressure the cap. But they're really taking it slow because they are afraid of the traps. Traps are all over the place.
If only they knew Halo was the only one here waiting for them. Now, finally, Rage.Quit is making the rotation.
If they knew that, they would be observers.
True. Now Road, he will go forward. He should go onto the cap in that 3090.
Rage.Quit is just checking the hill, and there is no one there, but the cap is on. So they must know what's the game about now.
So the cap is on. I mean, they left a lot of control open towards 1-2 for Rage.Quit.
Is IS4 going for angling on E1? It's 1-1-3.
It's 1-1-3, but still should be able to get some nice cross shots here.
Maybe HE spam?
No hellish plans so far. Atmospheric bounces that first one there onto Halo. Now Halo bounces, 1 of the 2. It's a miss. Atmospheric here, Halo also missing. Cactus also missing, my bad. Now what is the plan here? Now Pure Skills get spotted there. That rotation is not a healthy one. Skylex, Mikhailov, Mandax all waiting over there.
Mirsky is kind of open.
Seba is like, I want to shoot Yugi, but Yugi is not giving him the room. I mean, Mirsky is kind of in the open. If somebody pushes him from the front.
If he's pushed from 2 sides, he has nowhere to go. And he can be really a weak link for them because then the road can be pressed.
Dead. Crespix is coming from the other side. There we go. 690 from that Grilla coming onto Pure Skill. And look at the capture circle still. 39 seconds now. Its rotations so far not really working out that well. But Pure Skill, he's juking all of them. Can he reset? Oh. He actually manages to reset. And Mirsky goes down in return. So it actually worked out really well what Pure Skill did. Now Skylag drops low as well. Mandax drop low. That IS4 has a lot of HP to play around with. That E100 as well. I can't believe this is working out for Rage.Quit so far.
This is really foolish beyond any point. Like that 3090 should have been dead by far. And that grill, just let him pass like that so he wouldn't take, what, 2 shells from a 3090? Yeah, you just lost the game to run away from 500 damage.
Now they're trying to do what they can. Seba picks up Mandax though in that bad shot. Crespix is still on the side, trying to create a crossfire, and Halu picks up Skylex in his 50p, and it's actually working out so far. Now number 1 skills knows Mikhailos on reload. Yes, Gramek goes down, but they will lose a 50b in return. Pretty much 100% guaranteed. Now Yugi Hombre in FT57 has a lot of HP. He will push Crespix. Do a lot of damage to Crespix as well in the T57.
Seba has a really tough time going between the buildings and his teammates to get a shot. He has to, he has to wrestle with them
here comes
to shoot someone.
In that E100. Oh, Atmospheric, he's in a world of hurt here. Very soon, at E100 comes around the corner. That comes number 1 skills. Number 1 skill lands the first, lands the second together with Halo. There he goes. Now Crespix getting blocked here by Yugi. Not letting him out. Cactus coming from behind, bounces onto the gun. But Rage.Quit doing well. There goes Road. Crespix now the last one standing. Cactus will be the one to pick it up. And it's all even, Mojo.
What a throw there, especially by Grill. Like, he should have never, ever in a life allow a 3090 to pass there. Also, I was expecting from Pure Skill to, when we saw him go down there, he will go directly and try to sneak up a reset. He was actually...
The fact that they allowed him to reset?
He was fighting with the butt shot, taking damage, the Grill, and then the Grill just pulls away again. Like, what play was that?
Crespix should have blocked him.
Should have blocked him, rammed him, like take 2 shots, take 3 shots, whatever, and just kill him off immediately.
Mandak should have rushed him, Crespix should have blocked him.
Even Crespix blocking him alone would do it. Anything would do it. They just let him go there, and then he even missed the first shot.
He missed the first reset, he got the second one.
Okay, you deserve to lose this by tenfold, like this. But 2 games in a row on Himmelsdorf by Rage.Quit.
Rage.Quit is now the new Himmelsdorf team.
So traditionally they let the first 2 games to someone, and now they're gonna wreck them.
They wrecked them pretty hard. I can't believe, well, we look at stats here in the same time. I can't believe how easy that was for them to cross the courtyard like that.
It's pretty... I really don't understand. I mean, they had a really rough and heavy
look
setup.
At that. Cactus, Skills, Hollow,
DK almost.
Seba, Yugi.
First 4 damage dealers, first 5 on first page. What, like Swift played like they were AFK? They had no angles to shoot.
Swift had a free 1-2 line, and they only took it halfway. They could have had C3 window. They could have had all the control they wanted.
They could have had a butt shot up on a garage.
If they had C3 window, that E100 would never have crossed the
Not
courtyard.
only that, they could have had a butt shot up on a garage. Everything.
Pure Skill at 233 damage, but reset it.
But won the game.
Won the game with 233 damage.
Unreal. I would expect a better play from Swift on this. We kind of overpraised them and jinxed them by far.
Maybe we'll get to Prokhorovka after all. We need to get to round 8.
We need to see Ghost Town first, and then we will go to Prokhorovka.
I'm already excited.
I'm
not going to give away anything. It doesn't work that way.
Okay.
But now, moving into Ghost Town, though, this is again a map you'd say that Swift has the advantage on?
I don't know. Theoretically, on Ghost Town, Rage.Quit with their counter pushes can be in a huge advantage here, because we've seen Swift do rotations against Ding, and they got broken up badly.
Let's take a look at the lineups, I'd say. You can see here, Rage.Quit. 416. Well, I kind of know what that one is for. 2 even hundreds, though. It's been Ghost Town. Slowly but surely, we're getting a lot of even hundreds.
Well, Rage.Quit was looking up on a meta a bit, and these E100s are proving to be much more useful lately.
Yeah, I mean...
So, honestly, this is a fairly good setup, because these 50Bs have where to hide after they're done shooting. They're big as a house.
I mean, yeah, they could block the road, pretty much.
So many 113s on Swift side and T57. I will see. There is a lot of potential for both of the teams here.
A lot of potential for both the teams here, as now the scores all even, moving into Ghost Town. There we have it now, Swift. Like we said, it's going to be on the defensive side here. And then Rage.Quit on the offensive side. And yes, they have 2 E100s. Be interesting to see where they decide to go. No real surprise moving towards that northern cap.
I already said, when you have a 416, it's kind of a cap-based game. He just needs to enter there careful enough so he doesn't get wrecked. We've seen some 416s doing it kind of carelessly, ending up on one shot for no need. Most of the Swift team is going immediately on that side, trying to intercept. It looks like it's going to be a huge clash, actually, quite soon.
Already a lot of tanks from Swift here going aggressive. Mirsky up front. They know the E100s are very slow in this one. They want to catch Rage.Quit by surprise, but Rage.Quit, they're too smart for this one, Mojo. Look at it. They're already all there, and Mirsky, oh, he's going to be in a lot of trouble here. At first E100 lands a shell onto Skylex. The second one not really penetrating. Halu needs to get back here. Now already, actually penetrated onto Mandax, my bad. So there's 2 E100s trading HP, but dishing out a lot of damage. But there comes the counter push already from behind Yugi, Hombre, and Seba. But I think the entirety from Swift will just turn around as these 50
that's not a counter
Bs.
push, that's a suicide, because they just went on 4 tanks for no reason.
No, Seba gets completely wrecked in that one. They get atmospheric almost in return, drops very low, 83 HP. Does get picked up, but in return, Yugi, Hombre actually managed to get around the corner. Very lucky they only lost 150B for that.
Cactus is trying to play a hold down here, but even the E100 turret is not the best for that, honestly, and he cannot angle well because they're getting shot from 2 sides.
C100s are bringing the pain, but they lose pure skill actually on that capture circle, and they lose Cactus as well in the E100. Yugi and Halu here, not the greatest communication, and the armor rifle to Mandax. There you can see that turret there, it goes flying off. This might have been the thing that gets them back into this round, as now Mikhailov drops low as well, but Gremek taking a lot in return.
Well, there is kind of a stalemate between the two now. I would say the Swift got a better hand of them because...
How did pure skill die?
Because they had better positions here. But I really don't know. I think he was trying to fight from the other side. Last time,
just capped. Right now they have such an advantage.
No, I think they could have shot him because they already had a high heal position all the time. But that rotation by 50 Bs from Rage.Quit, such a fail. Like, I would understand if they actually committed with the entire team downhill to chase around the corner, the E100, so you would shoot them in the back. That would make sense. But you could even see on minimap, they're rotating back. Why did they try to commit?
You can see there, that's Seba in front of Mirsky. He did not have a good game there. I'm very surprised Yugi actually managed to get out of there.
Yeah, I think Seba kind of took not one, but like a lot of them for the team.
I mean, if they just, you know, the 50Bs didn't commit, they're in a good situation. Those E100s could slowly but surely push forward. But number 1 skills now, oh, he's taking a lot of damage here in that batch chat. Crespix gets shot in the back of the turret.
He got shot by his own teammate. I'm 100% sure Skylax is the one who shot him.
Skylax there giving him a tad on the back. Number 1 skills. I think Rhodes will be moving forwards to try and pick him up, but that's not the real fight there. You can see Yugi is pushing forwards as well. Trying to push onto Mirsky here.
This is the final desperation push coming in now, but Mirsky has a corpse of Seba he can use a bit, but not against Halu.
But look at Road landing shells from behind as he picks up Gremek there. Now it's all on to Halu and Yugi Hombre. Yugi's in a crossfire here. You can see that tier 9 batch, so that's Crespix is the one to pick it up. And the 100 is the last one standing here. And mistakes were made for Rage.Quit.
He's not gonna go far.
He's not gonna go far.
He's not gonna even leap away.
Mikhailov will be the one to pick it up. And that will make it 3-2 in favor of Swift here. And what a mistake.
As we would say, what a mistake to make. I mean, those 50 Bs pretty much sold out the game, 100%.
I don't know why they went so early. I mean, it was a good idea, but it was too early.
There was no commitment from Swift yet. They're just shooting from the hill.
They were not even down yet. They were still halfway.
Yes, so like maybe they didn't see them turn around and go back. That's fine. But why would you commit unless you see the enemy already going for the E100?
It's so obvious for Swift. I mean, Rage.Quit has E100s. They can't really push that quickly. So it's very obvious, even if they catch them by surprise, for Swift to just turn around and kill them.
In all honesty, Rage.Quit did a huge surprise for us on Himmelsdorf, but this kind of plays will not help them. So let's see like how they all fire those shots. I'm interested to see actually how much E100s did.
Well, Mojo,
ooh,
I can tell you how they fired those shots.
Ooh, Halo, nice.
They pressed their left mouse button.
What do you know? There is people who don't use the left mouse button.
No, I use trackpad.
Yeah. You're recording doing it, right?
Halu there, I mean, he was the last one alive. They were in such a good situation until Seba and Yugi pretty much sold out the game.
Where is the other E100? Like, he's not even in top 7. Ah, there you go. But not much done by him. Honestly, Cactus was the first one. He got wrecked for like 1k plus, I think.
Yep.
But Halu much better on a heavy tank than on medium, as usual. Pure skill, not much to show for it today.
I really think if Seba and Yugi didn't go for that push, but just rather pushed with the E100s or drove around the corner on the other side, that it would have been fairly easy for them. If the E100 just push first, they take the damage, they can clip much easier. It takes them much longer to focus it down.
Also, honestly, if they were just not on that ridge, but behind in the houses, waiting for people to peek on that ridge to try to flank E100s, I think they would do much more. Because they would deny Swift any kind of rotation, and they would just play in their own game then.
Yeah, and Rage.Quit could get all the angles. Swift would only have one angle pretty much,
Yes.
and they could get all the other ones.
So they could slowly but surely push them out of the DK position, put pure skill there in, and then play their game. But like this, well, this is what you get for that hasty play if you don't really calculate it well, and this was not that well.
It was not that well from Rage.Quit, but C100s, Mojo, do you think we're going to be seeing them again on the next round?
I hope. It will be fun.
But now Rage.Quit has to attack, which is, I guess, their better side.
Rage.Quit was attacking now.
Oh, yeah. I'm getting old. Rage.Quit going to be defending. Oh, well, 4-2 for Swift.
I don't know. 1E100 defense is always a good one. I actually like those.
I mean, the out-of-range defense with 3 100s worked out pretty well as well.
Yeah,
I
it's
mean,
a lot of meat, but let's see what they have for us.
Yeah, let's take a look at the lineups here. And it's not going to be 1, it's not going to be 2, it's going to be 4 E100s in total. 3 for Rage.Quit, 1 for Swift. And that's a hell of a lot of E100s.
Oh snap. So they ditched the 1, 2 they had in attack, so for 3. That's kind of a copy-paste from another people's build. But even Swift has 1. Very popular tank lately on Ghost Tunnel.
And look at Swift as well.
Yeah, 5100 in defense, I don't know about that. Honestly, I don't like the light in defense, so that
Could do the same thing with him as
but
the thing he did with the T32.
50 in attack. I don't know. They can even put him in a cap and just use him as a blocking tool, you know, or they can just keep him in the back and
they can use
counter
him like
any kind of
Cohort
rotation.
used the CDC, for example.
Yes,
And he could do some damage.
he can stay behind and counter the rotation, or he can just go sit in a cap and do a block for a budget, or one of the 113s, or even 2 113s. But those 3 100s, mate.
3 E100s are going to bring a world of pain, but it does seem like our teams are ready, so let's get into this one. The 6th round between these two. As we said, Swift now on the offense, and Rage.Quit on the defensive. It's going to be Cactus, Gremek, and Halu playing those E100s, and Mandax for Swift.
A lot of commitment here coming from Rage.Quit or the 1 cap. They're not really meant to play around the lower side of the map because it's too far away from them and they would risk being capped. On the other hand, Swift, they really want to trap anyone trying to spot and maybe even probably approach the 2 cap because it's a good solution for them.
Yugi, and that are you failing the boost on the first try? Maybe on the second though.
In this kind of game, it's not gonna even be important because they're not gonna press the 1 cap against 3 100s. That would be a suicide. No, for them the best choice will be to put someone in 2 cap and organize the best crossfire shot they can manage.
Now Swift already taken control over that southern side. Yugi here in the RU has to be careful when Crespix does decide to push up. There's no bad shots for Rage.Quit. So they kind of have to start pushing that eastern side. Crespix is going to take a lot of control.
Slow movements by Swift, crossing the road.
And there we
Not
go.
even
Yugi
getting
gets
spotted.
spotted already in that RU251. Crespix lands the first. Needs 2 more. Misses.
But there is another one.
More. Gets struck now. 53 damage onto Crespix there. Takes some more
lucky
damage.
Crespix on just 10 HP.
Lands another one, but it's going to be Mirsky to pick up Yugi. That was a free kill pretty much for Swift. And Rage.Quit rotating very, very slow. It's very obvious Swift is going to go stall with that lineup.
Were you about to say they're rotating very swiftly?
No, because it was very slow. They're not going hard at all.
So, so they're at least sticking together. And Swift didn't actually trigger the
Yeah, but
single
look at
cap
the
yet.
setup from Swift. Atmospheric spots one side, Mandax spot the other, Crespix is spotting everything else. Not looking good for Rage.Quit.
The crossfires we were talking about, the Swift finally coming to effect, unlike on Himmelsdorf. So, loss of Yugi Ombre can seem like a small one, but
But it's
in
a
reality,
massive one.
it's actually a massive one because they need him for rotational spotting. And even if there is a pressure on a cap, they need him as a person who will go around the map and maybe shoot from some hill and decap while they are fighting.
We saw this position before, if you remember. Ding was also sitting like this, but they had a double tier 9 then, and actually break in a bad shot to spot everything else.
Yeah, and also Swift decided to suicide on them, don't forget.
True.
Really slow play coming here from Swift. They're touching, feeling every corner of the map before they commit. They really want to get to that match point fast.
Yeah, very slowly starting to round Rage.Quit here. At one point, Swift is going to have to push though, because we've seen that cap being able to be resetted. So at one point, they will have to make the commitment.
They have quite a lot of time. It's like 6.5 minutes. And Rage.Quit is relying entire tactic on counter push. It's just a matter of how will they do it. If the cap is pressured and will tanks from Swift manage to do enough damage and run away from that cap.
3-100s are on the move here. Can they catch somebody? They spot Mirsky. Can they land the shells? No, doesn't seem like that.
Oh, not a single one.
They even take one for their trouble.
Okay, back to garage.
I mean, it was a good idea, but Mirsky, not making that peak that far up.
Is Mandrex really gonna be the one in the cap? I would really put someone faster.
I mean, yes and no. At least when he's in the cap, you know, when they send somebody in front of him to reset, he can slap them for 700.
He can slap them for 700, but he's gonna stay there dead if they're committing.
Look at the surround. Just look at the pure surround here. Look at Crespix. Has nobody challenging him. There's no RU251. He's gonna get easy side shots pretty much. Just look at it. He gets so much control. They have them completely surrounded. Crespix lands the first. Lands the second. Already, this is starting to look worse and worse here.
Second person in a cap, 28 seconds.
24 seconds, and there is the march of the E100s as they are pushing forwards. They want to catch Road. That poor 50-100 seems to be the one that's going to have to be the forefront of this damage. Takes the first. Oh, Road. Poor Road. Needs to take a second here. I mean, they're actually letting him clip, which is not good. Cactus taking
they're
a lot.
actually abandoning the cap and they're going in for a fight.
Oh,
they seen that Rage.Quit has split tanks all over the place, so they're just going to circle them and end them.
Z100 is getting surrounded now. Cactus taking a big shell there from Mandex. Takes one in return. And it's going to be Road actually to pick it up. They left at 50-100 unchecked. He goes down. Now there's two split groups here for Rage.Quit and Gremek. Yes, he can run, but Mikhailov, Mandex, they are going to chase that E100 down. It's not looking good for Rage.Quit as Mandex lands the shell. Mikhailov should be the one to pick it up. As he doesn't, he bounces. But at the same time, Halu in that E100 as well. This is not good from Rage.Quit.
They're totally falling apart all over the map. The pick they made was just too slow and non-responsive. It's just too static. And position of Yugi was useless. Honestly, when you have 3-100s, why would you even bother climbing anyone up there?
Mandex now takes some damage, but he's E100. He can sustain that. It's Halu, #1 skills, and Seba left. #1 skills on reload. Seba is on reload. Halu in that E100 doesn't have a loader, so it's not going to work out well for him either. Mikhailov picks up #1 skills. Skylex soon to follow up onto Halu. Seba now the last one standing, and it will be Swift getting themselves onto match point as Atmospheric finishes it up, and we match point for Swift.
Yeah, we expected this to happen sooner or later because Swift was showing the better games, but I was quite shocked to see the Rage.Quit pick up both games on Himmelsdorf. That's kind of unusual, but here Swift just showing us steady, slow, meticulous play, and Rage.Quit had nothing to answer with.
Yugi going up there, I mean, you don't have to be a rocket scientist to realize if you bring 3-100 and another team already did it and they saw what happened, especially a team like Swift, that they're not going to go south. Crespix in a bad shot, he's the only bad shot. He could do whatever he wants. They're not going to catch him.
He just goes around and shoots them in the flank or in the back unchecked. There is no one who can even chase him. Even if they started chasing him, they would receive the shells from the middle. Even if they kill him, it doesn't matter. They would just pressure the cap harder.
I think Crespix will be pretty high up in stats, so let's see if I'm right or wrong. Yeah, there he is. That Batshot having a field day in this one.
Skylex also having a really good day. He's performing for Swift lately by far. Really, really good damage dealer for them. Halo also has a good day today. In both rounds in E100s, I think he made up for like 3 matches. Cactus, oh dear.
Rip your fantasy points.
Rip my fantasy points.
Yugi there. I mean, if he was told to go up there, it's not his fault, but it's not
It's
the
just
right
a bad
decision.
threat. It's just a bad threat and bad reads from them.
I mean, it could work out if Yugi was just spotting instead of, you know, sitting up there, because it's very unlikely for Swift to go there. So it's very unlikely for them to go there. He just spots Crespix, runs away, and then they counter-rotate, but the rotation was so slow.
Well, so fast, really sluggish games by Rage.Quit on Ghost Town. Unusual for them. They try to play really heavy and static, but it doesn't suit them because they got outflanked every time, and every time outpositioned by far.
Far out position. There was 2 groups of 3 Rage.Quit tanks. Both got surrounded and killed.
So far, only 2 games they won on Himmelsdorf. They were actually outsmarting the enemy both times and outplaying them. I don't know. Maybe a bit more open map will suit them.
Talking about an open map or next one, there's going to be Prokhorovka. Do you think they stand a chance here?
Well, Rage.Quit should have a chance here. This is their comeback map. They've did it more than once, so they might actually surprise Swift on some good rotation here. Also, their faster lineups suit them. So maybe that kind of playstyle will really, really come in effect at that moment.
Let's take a look at what we got for our tanks. Moving into our possibly last round. And Mojo, I've seen this lineup before, but it wasn't from Rage.Quit.
Oh, wow. Koritz must be proud, showing us that he's influencing the minions of the other teams.
Influencing them. Well, I mean, 3-1-43 Batchless, RU251. It's pretty much the same lineup Ding decided to bring. So we know what is the potential there from that lineup. Now the question is, can Rage.Quit do it as well as Ding did? In a 4-1-6 from Swift?
Well, the thing is, they're attacking again, of course. So, I don't know. This build-up proved to be a really resilient one because those 140s can be used on both sides. But let's see what the teams will decide.
It does seem like our game is ready. Let's get into it. The possibly last round here is going to be Prokhorovka. There we have it now. Swift, like we said, is on match point. Mojo, what kind of strat do you think we're going to get with those 140s? We've seen how Ding used them, but how is Rage.Quit going to utilize them?
Yeah, but Ding was using them smartly. They were not really committing to any side until they decide what is best for them. So if they think they can press a 2 cap, they will go there, intercept anyone who is going back. If they think they will do a better on 1, they will put a guy there and then cover with everyone else. So that's kind of a setup that you need for good rotations. Rage.Quit is one of the teams that likes to play good rotations, so they should play so. This is not something you should go just in blind play. More, I'm interested what will be with that 4-1-6 from the Swift. Like, it looks like they're gonna use him in the woods.
Long range sniper, perhaps?
Yeah, but why not a light tank?
Why is Mirsky playing 4-1-6? Because we know Road is their dedicated tier 8 player.
Road played tier 10 entire day, mate.
Really?
Except on Himmelsdorf, he played 3090. I've seen him play like a tier 10 more than
I
once.
haven't paid attention to it.
Yeah, he was.
I know Mikhailov was playing T49 on Mines.
So they're changing the habits a bit.
Maybe they feel they can do more in a tier 10. He was
Road
talking
was
about
doing
it.
a tier 9 also on Ghost Town now. But pure skill, he is definitely on his tier 8 entire day. So Atmospheric playing the cooldown here, doing some blind shots with 113. Checking out just will he be spotted. It's not like he can really shoot someone, nothing is. Pure skill, trying not to get connected.
Slow start here so far from both teams. I mean, there's no reason for Swift to move. They have enough tanks there to deal with the possible push from Rage.Quit.
This is interesting lining up from Swift. I was actually expecting to see 140 there with those mats. So he can stay parallel with butt-shots and do hold-down shots while the enemy is approaching.
Now they use 140s. Starting to rotate here slowly. They're leaving pure skill here though. Interesting.
Well, they need to know if there is any kind of rotation. Also, if they get spotted while they're trying to drive, it will be a big hinder for them because they will not know are they falling for another trap of the Rage.Quit. So Road being there, I mean pure skill being there, he's useful and he can always run away.
Cactus does get spotted out in that 140. Now Swift gonna make a move based on this. It's gonna be hard to dig out both Mikhailov and Atmospheric unless they make major mistakes.
No, only way to dig them out at the moment is to do really blind play. Like full push from the both sides, but they cannot do that. They really don't know what are the positions of Swift. They just know the mediums are in area. They don't know is there anyone on A0, is there anyone on like a D8. Like there is so many positions that they didn't check. It's not even funny anymore.
See Cactus here. Very slowly trying to peek over. But it does seem like both our teams very slow here, Mojo. This is an opportunity to explain the potential that Rage.Quit has, perhaps.
Well, at the moment we have this kind of a map, so they didn't check out this position here yet. That can be on a street side. They can also have a tank here that can spot. They didn't check that either. They have no clue where is the enemy. So all we think they can do is maybe pressure like they are now, push one guy here so they can pressure along this side then. But we will see. They're moving now, finally, after a while. But they have to clear all the spots we were talking about first.
So there we go. Now the option that we discussed, it's coming out here slowly but surely. Wasted a lot of time in this one already though. 4 minutes down. Still enough time though, but Mikhailov and Atmospheric, they will be the front line of this. So it's going to be hard to deal with both of those.
These points in this game are important for both of these teams, might even be crucial in the ending phase. So Rage.Quit being down 2 games is really reluctant at the moment to play freely as they might like to, actually. And there we go, one guy is going, it's number 1 skills. He's gonna check out, is there anyone left behind? We already said we don't like that position that much because it kind of hinders you and it can be shot from many sides. So that's something that was used in the previous meta phases. It was a good surprise then, but it's not anymore.
Number 1 skills will be clearing that out, and then you will realize there's nobody there. How do they deal with Mikhailov and Atmospheric? We saw when Ding did this, there was nobody really controlling that rails. This is a completely different situation. Well, Swift is now starting to gear up to clear out that 1-2 line.
It's going to actually have to be a huge push by them in one moment, and they're going to have to risk a lot to deal with those two. And if they don't, they're going to lose the game 100% because they can rest in them endlessly.
Now, if only they knew the entirety of the entirety of Swift was in the 1-2 line, be an easy overmatch. But you can see our spectators, we know so much more. They're sending Mirsky first to clear any possible trap.
Check the woods, brah.
Sending the Tirade first. Poor Mirsky. Lucky for him, there's nobody going to be waiting there just yet. But now with 4 minutes left, no damage being taken yet on either team.
Atmospheric is intentionally playing so aggressive, guys, because he is acting like he has a pack of wild dogs behind him, while in reality no one was covering him for a while. So he was just showing off, so they wouldn't push him, actually.
Well, that's the secret, you know. Pretend like your entire team is behind you.
Talk silent and carry big dog with you.
Exactly. Now it does look like the rotation is coming out here. Ooh, a lot of times moving towards that northern side. Cactus already getting spotted there.
There is so much coverage there on Mikhailov. I mean, if they really peek around for him, it's not going to be good for Rage.Quit.
Now the entirety for Rage.Quit is moving towards there.
Mikhailov should go behind that wagon and cover the part of his tank there. Like, he already spotted enough. He should just monitor his own HP at the moment.
And there I think we go. Soon. I think this has to be the push from Rage.Quit with 3 minutes left. They have to come over here. I've seen Yugi so far, but there's a lot of cover there waiting. Look at Crespix. Already Mikhailov now moving. He sees all of them. They have to be ready for this one. Pure skill, he cannot cap alone. They have to make the play here. And it's all going to depend on how many shells Mikhailov gets tracked already here. Has to be careful. He's minus the break here, but Seba absolutely gets destroyed already. You could see all the fire from the back line there from Swift, completely removing that first batch shot off the map.
So the pressure on the cap is there, but it's really irrelevant. It's only one guy and it's a light tank. They know it. They're not going to risk anything for it. Swift is just try to do as much damage they can before they do a real counter-attack.
Crespix now joining the rest of his team towards there as well. Atmospheric taking some more in that 1-1-3. That's Gremek Flare from the side.
Atmospheric is getting wrecked.
Atmospheric is trying to end it. That is the trigger for Rage.Quit. They're now coming over again. Gremek's push over. Yugi as well, but they're kind of leaving Gremek alone in this one. There comes the rest of the boys, but Gremek goes down. Don't know if that was intentional there, but they're losing a hell of a lot for it.
I don't know why did they actually go over, because Atmospheric was dying on other part of the map, and it was going well for them. They didn't need to push there. They had, and Mirsky is also in a problem there.
And now it will be the time for Swift to shine. Skylex Road, they're pushing up. I think they want to take this overmatch here. Yugi comes over as well onto Mandax. They see this, they realize this. They pick up Mandax, so it's something, but these batch shots are on reload now. There comes Skylex, he picks up the first. Road now coming over as well. Skylex picks up the second. Yugi's the last one standing here. Not much to be done for that batch shot. He does. Pure Skill picks up Mikhailov, but 3 tanks left standing for Swift.
So we have only Halu as a single shooter and Pure Skill with a dead driver and no medic in a light tank. I mean, oh. The pain is coming in.
The pain is indeed coming in now. Crespix, he knows he can take this one. Pure Skill trying to do what he can, but it looks like it will be Swift with 57 seconds left, most likely to be picking up this game. Crespix takes one, lands the shell on the move. Hashtag no aim onto Pure Skill. Now Halu on the rails, the last one standing, the last hope, the last bastion.
The bastion is still standing with 777.
He does pick up Crespix. I mean, jackpot, you know?
Oh.
But I don't think he'll be as lucky against Road. Road lands the first, and it will be all but over as Road is going to be the one to pick it up, making it 5-2 in favor of Swift, picking up the match, picking up 3 clean points as well. Congratulations.
Really well played at the end, and the 3rd game in a row that ends in 5-2 today.
Could it be a 5-2 day?
5-2